All right, could this be the end of the line for the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, mulling retirement? This story is picking up a ton of steam. Sort of broke yesterday before the Rams-Buccaneers game. Unfortunately, the Buccaneers seasons came to an end after an epic matchup, losing 30-27 to the Rams. I'm going to break down everything going on with this story, give you my 2 cents on the whole situation. But if you could first, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get these daily update videos. Share this video with your friends. It really helps the channel out a lot. We are growing like crazy. All right, so Tom Brady is fueling retirement speculation. He's dropping some cryptic comments to NBC. This shit is going down in the middle of the game, okay? We're watching the Buccaneers get hammered and then storm back down 27-3 in the third quarter. Another massive comeback in the playoffs for Brady. Fortunately, they fall just short. Defense couldn't get that stop, and they fall in regulation 30-27 on an epic play by Matt Stafford to Cooper Kupp. But that's not here or there. We're talking about the GOAT. We're talking about Tom Brady. It's a tough loss. You know, he had some quotes. This is the big quote that dropped in the middle of the game. Middle of the game from NBC as this is going on. Brady said, winning the Super Bowl, but I don't know if that's this year. I'd love to end on a Super Bowl, but I think I'll know when I know. But there's a lot that's inconclusive. Holy shit. That sounds like a guy who may be wanting out. This thing dropped like literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game that Brady seriously mulling retirement, not committed to the next season. Now, he is under contract for 2022, so he doesn't have an easy out. And he's always said he's wanted to play till 45. He will be 45 next year. He's so close to it. He can just taste it. He's that kind of guy. He wants it. I mean, shit. Things were looking down and grim for the Buccaneers. They looked like they were about to get blown out, and I could see, you know, man gets blown out. Maybe he says this is it. But, oh, man, they stormed back. It was an epic comeback, an epic game for the ages, epic weekend for the ages in football. But there's a lot going through it with Brady. Interviews after the game was very non-committal again. He said, you know, he's going to think about it, spend some time. He'll know. This seems real, folks. This story seems like it's getting a lot of steam. Brady doesn't have this super serious retirement. When he had the retirement thing a couple years ago in New England, there was also real strong choices like he's done in New England. He's not going to retire. He's going to leave. He's done that. He won a Super Bowl last year. If he was really super set on ending on a Super Bowl, I think he would have called it quits last year. He did it. He proved he's the guy over Belichick. But, man, it's so hard for a guy who's this competitive, this good, to call it quits. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL this year, again, and he shows no signs of slowing down. Even yesterday, getting hammered. His offensive line was atrocious yesterday. A couple injuries, and the Rams were a handful. He still got that team back down 27-3. Defense helped with some turnovers, but Brady made it count. He is showing some sign of age. He is not as sharp as he used to be. But man, oh man, I'd find it so hard for him to quit after this year. I think he stays. I think he plays another season. It would be so shocking to me if he quit. But this story does have legs, folks. This is not some bullshit speculation. I really do think it's a 50-50 toss-up. Giselle, she wants him home. He wants to spend time with his kids. The kids are getting older now. They're starting to move into their teenage years. But man, I've always been the man that said Brady loves football so much, he would end his marriage to go keep playing football if he thought he could still play. But maybe he's not that guy anymore. Maybe he was that guy in New England. Maybe that's not him anymore. Those you know, Brady is 100% on football all the time. He eats, bleeds, sleeves it. He can't be doing other stuff. He's 100% in on football. So if he's not going to be 100% in on football, he's not going to be in. Now, Gronk even adds a little intrigue to the story. Gronk says there could be a scenario where he keeps playing if Tom Brady retires. Obviously, the two are peas in a pod. Gronk came out of retirement to come back to play with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. But you never know. You know, Gronk's going to do what's best for him, he said, which is good. Gronk's a Hall of Fame player. He doesn't need to play anymore. Anything like that. Everyone likes it. There's a lot of stories coming out from about how tumultuous the season was for Tampa Bay. This is probably paying big into Tom Brady. Also, Levante David, team captain on defense, came out and said there was so much going on behind the scenes that nobody knew about. And when there's noise in the locker room, there's stuff going on, it doesn't make things any easier. It makes it a lot easier to think, maybe I don't want to come back to this. But this is a close group of guys. They did just win the Super Bowl last year. They got rid of Antonio Brown. I think the core group of these guys will be back. They're going to lose Chris Godwin, which is another big weapon for Brady. But it's a pretty close-knit group of guys, I think, the core of the team. I think they all come back. They give it one more ride. Their division isn't very good. They should win that division, no problem, especially if Sean Payton steps down from the Saints, which is starting to pick up a lot of steam as well in New Orleans. So they should win the South. They'll be in the playoffs. give it one more go. The NFC, Rodgers is out in Green Bay. The NFC doesn't feel anything like too crazy. Maybe the Rams still with Stafford. Niners are so inconsistent. They're going to be going to Trey Lance next year. There's a lot of rooms. Tampa Bay's still a super top team, could really make a run at the Super Bowl. I think there's no chance that they aren't an elite team if Brady, Gronk come back. They have their weapons. Everyone can stay healthy. I think next year is going to be the last dance, but not in Aaron Rodgers style where it was the last Macarena up in Green Bay. This will be the real last dance for Brady. One more shot for his 8th Super Bowl ring. But then again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I really believe that they'll be back going for this. Bruce Arians in. Maybe they lose Todd Bowles. Maybe they lose Byron Leftwich. Who knows? The coordinators. That could be another impact on Brady. Two top guys. Really don't think Todd Bowles should be getting any job after what he did against the Rams. Blew that coverage to end that game. If that game goes to overtime, there is zero chance the Rams are beating the Buccaneers. And we've seen a lot of blown fourth quarter inside of 2 minutes, so maybe that's just the thing in the NFL these days. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is Brady in? Is Brady out? Here's a real question for you. What's more likely to happen? Brady retires, Rodgers on a new team, Brady's and Rodgers both retired, or Rodgers retires and Brady's still playing. Nobody's even talking about this Rodgers retirement, really. I mean, maybe a little bit, but we could be without Brady, without Rodgers next year. Things could be crazy. Totally new-looking NFL, but it's in good hands with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, if you guys didn't see that last night. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.